Oh, absolutely. I think he signaled and said all along that his administration was not going to be telling our enemies what we may or may not do based on what activities that they engaged on. And so I think that's exactly right. He's doing exactly what he said and, addressing a problem that some saw was prevalent in the Obama administration, where before we ever did anything, we signaled to all the parties involved exactly what we were going to do, and they had time to prepare and a time to prepare a response to our activities.
Over the weekend, he called Kim Jong-un a pretty smart cookie. I think that everybody kind of hopes that he is a pretty smart cookie, Pete, but I get the feeling crazy overrides smart in this particular case, which I think gives China more of a reason to get involved than even us in this situation. Do you think China is actively involved, just way underneath the radar?
Oh, I think they really are, because I do think that they see a new American president, a new American approach to the issue of North Korea. They're not sure exactly what to make of Donald Trump and the direction that he's going. And I think that they believe that instability, an escalation on the Korean Peninsula would be a bad idea. And so they may be in a position now where they are starting to put more pressure on North Korea to rein in its nuclear program, its missile program, and those types of things, but doing it, I think, very, very slowly.
Well, how would we know whether they're doing that or not? Because over the weekend, Kim Jong-un came out and said, we'll test a military missile anytime we want to test a military missile. If we feel like we need to test nukes, we're in fact going to test nukes. Which puts China in a really awkward position, because if he does that, China could be looking at an invasion of North Korea, could be, and the prospect of a united Korean Peninsula backing up against the border against China. At some point, I think this has got to get very real and has to have a deep concern within China.
Well, I think it's, excuse me, Bill, I think it's very real for China already. They recognize that the United States may be prepared to take action. They see all the activity that's going on in Asia, that we've had the multiple trips of our leadership to South Korea, to Japan, starting almost immediately after the election and continuing through the inauguration, continuing through the first 100 days. They see that North Korea and the Korean Peninsula clearly is at the top of this administration's agenda, and they don't want this spinning out of control. And sure, Un is going to be saying things in North Korea. He's not going to be changing his rhetoric immediately. But the real question is, is he slowing down some of these programs? And what screws are the Chinese tightening right now?